Good morning, grade nines, and welcome once again to my little podcast thingy. So, I have a poem for you. It's called Eksieperfeksie. You are going to do this in the middle of your books, write today's date with the heading Eksieperfeksie again in the middle of your books, or right where you would normally do all of your other literature. So, let's just quickly have a look at the poem here. Eksieperfeksie. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strophes, seven strophes. And then I just want to talk a little bit or read the poem to you and then talk a little bit about each stanza. Right, and there where you see the little numbers over here, these are the lines of the poem. Die versreëls, reg. Kom ons kyk na strofe 1. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Ek lyk op 'n haar na ma en Boetie trek op pa. Eksieperfeksie. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Eet laat, gee u havermout, groente, vrugte, wit vleis en min sout. Eksieperfeksie. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Staan soggens op vir gym, swem, pilates, gewigte, spin. Eksieperfeksie. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Pa en ma het goeie werk. Kinders presteer en Sondag is dit kerk. Eksieperfeksie. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Ons hou van kuns en maak musiek, word omring deur 'n goeie vriende kliek. Eksieperfeksie. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Net ek word 'n bietjie vet. Ek gaan gereeld na die toilet, druk 'n vinger in my keel en spoel en was my hande. Eksieperfeksie. So, kom ons kyk vinnig hier by strofe 1. Let's just have a look at stanza 1. Okay, so the daughter looks a lot like her mother. Okay, and the family is a perfect family. Now, we've spoken about the difference between familie and gesin. Remember, gesin is the people that you sort of live with, your little family unit. So, if I say ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin, it's like we are more than perfect, the more than perfect family. Die ouers en kinders lyk dieselfde. The parents and the children look the same. Okay? And because of this, they are basically perfectly shaped. Eksieperfeksie kom 2 keer in die eerste 6 strofes voor. So eksieperfeksie is repeated twice in the first 6 stanzas. Okay? The first line of each stanza is exactly the same. And the phrase gets used right through the poem. The speaker in the poem is a teenage girl. And she is so it's an ekverteller. So she's a first person speaker and she's explaining her family. Eindrym kom voor ma, pa, middelste 2 reëls van elke strofe rym. So basically the binding function in this poem is that the middle 2 lines of each stanza rhymes. The punctuation used the full stop gets used perfectly in this particular stanza. So it serves as like a roundup of perfection. So when you look at the punctuation, the full stop can indicate a like a filling of family. So like a full family. And the family is basically outside perfect, but perhaps there is internal unhappiness. So their happiness is actually just an illusion. It's basically just an illusion, okay? Let's look at strofe 2 quickly. So over here, you've got repetition of eksieperfeksie, and again, it's an emphasis, beklemtoon means emphasis, that the idea of the family is perfect. Die gesin het gesonde eetgewoontes. So when you eat low GI food, you've got very healthy eating habits. And healthy food isn't always lekker. Like, it's not always nice. And they need to actually give up all the lekker food because they are striving for perfection. And once again, the title is being repeated on the end of each stanza, and it basically just emphasizes that everything is perfect. It once again, strofe 3, ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Staan soggens op vir gym. So the family is going for physical perfection, and therefore they have to give up a lot. So they must stand up, they must wake up early, and there is a price to be paid to be perfect. When you look at the little double, the colon, die dubbelpunt, your explanation follows. Basically, you get a list. They must do swimming, they must do Pilates, they must do weights, they must do spinning. And then you got that Eksieperfeksie again. This is like, it's becoming very sarcastic now. Eksieperfeksie type of situation, okay? In strofe 4, again, the repetition of ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Pa en ma het goeie werk. So both the mother and the father work, and they have good work. Kinders presteer en Sondag is dit kerk. So the children are expected to be prestigious and get a lot of awards and do very well in school and be perfect. And then on Sundays, they even go to church. They are religious. They've got moral values. They have status because the parents have got good work. And no one can actually point a finger at them and say, oh, your family, this and this and this and this. They are responsible and hardworking. And over there, you've got a comma by pa en ma het goeie werk. And this basically puts emphasis on the words work and prestigious, of werk en presteer. Eksieperfeksie. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Ons hou van kuns en maak musiek, word omring deur goeie vriende klik. So over here at line 17, once again the repetition, line 18, they've got cultural values. So they like to make art, they like to make music. Omring en klik. So a clique is a group of friends which is around you, and these people are circled around a good friend like group or clique. And you can actually like imagine that they are being like caught up by their friends, and they don't actually have a wide friend clique, but they are like they are being influenced by their friend clique. And then you got the begin rhyme here, okay? This emphasizes there is a gehechtheid, like a joint thing between the members of the family. And it stands in contrast with net ek, where there's a clear difference that the teenage girl is showing. But you will get to that in strofe 6, okay? Once again, the repetition, ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin, and in this one, it only comes once. So in this stanza, it only comes once. And it shows that there's a change, okay, a sudden change. You focus on the teenage girl in the family and how she makes herself sick because she wants to fit in with her perfect family. So over here, net ek word 'n bietjie vet. So only she is getting a little bit fat, which is in direct contrast with the word ons, which means us. Ek gaan gereeld na die toilet. She goes to the bathroom often. Druk 'n vinger in my keel en spoel. So she basically pushes a finger down her throat and makes herself vomit en was my hande. So she isn't perfect because she's getting a little bit fat, which with the way that these people are going, it's not necessarily that she is, because they've got healthy food, they exercise a lot, and she has a lot of pressure, and she's actually got an eating disorder, bulimia, which is believable because of all the pressure that's placed on her. The repetition in vas, so she washes and washes her hands, emphasizes her she's desperate to be clean and perfect. So the connotation to this stanza is that, first of all, she basically vomits out her problems. Okay, she washes her problems away, and then she tries to wash her hands because now it's possibly contaminated with not being perfect, and she's trying to wash the fact that she is not perfect away. The implication is that she goes alone to the bathroom, and that means that her family is not part of her problems, and she's possibly shy to share this with them, and they don't have a deeper connection. Okay, they don't have a deeper relationship, and the repetition of the word in serves as a binding function, and it emphasizes her obsession to wash her hands. And then over here you've got strophe 7, one line, Eksieperfeksie. Once again, it's sort of like a sarcastic remark. Everything's perfectly fine. Okay? Alleen plasing. This stanza has one word. Repetition of the title. The cruel cycle of her family life goes on as if there's nothing wrong. Obviously, there is something wrong. This girl has got bulimia, and it actually emphasizes the irony that the family isn't as perfect as what they put on. And this little line also shows or points towards her loneliness with her problems. She's now alone, and for this word Eksieperfeksie, it's like a magic word. She makes as if there's nothing wrong, and it's just an illusion. In reality, she can't take the pressure of living like the way that her family lives. The way that this poem comes across, it's heart sore, it's shocking, it's very disappointing, and the theme is universal. A person will offer a lot up just to be perfect or just to fit in. And the message of this poem is that you must just accept yourself as you are. All right. So in your little package here, you've got some questions that you must do. And then you've got some contextual questions that you must do. And yes, there are answers there, but I trust that you will do your own work. In your books, you don't write the question, you only write the answers, and then you will mark your work when you are done. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you have a wonderful day further. Also, if you go up, you can make your own little notes. What I would like you to do is actually write down this poem in your book as it is here. And then here's some woordeskatte. Once again, you always write your woordeskatte in your book, okay? Yeah. Good. Have a wonderful day further.